All right, folks, welcome to the Sports Kings NFL Week 11 must see games here. I'm your host, Mean Gene, and I am joined by the one and only and the biggest Dallas Cowboy fan on the planet Earth, Diddy Sharman. What's up, Diddy?
What's going on, Mean Jane? Always a pleasure. Always love to talk some cowboy football.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. And we're going to talk a little bit about those Dallas Cowboys. They have a big Monday night football game going on in Vegas. Are you heading up that way?
It could be a last minute trip. I don't have anything planned right now, but I'm gonna get excited watching Sunday football. It's only a 3 hour drive to get to Vegas, so who knows? You
Hey,
might see
look,
me.
man,
You might see
Vegas is our home
me.
away from home, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Oh,
We
it's
we've spent
easy.
so much time there and had so much fun there. But yeah, we did the Wednesday night Sports Kings NFL prediction show with Icky Woods, man. And Icky had some great things to say about my Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm just kidding.
Did he still do the icky shuffle?
I don't know. He's got a bad knee, man. I wouldn't advise him to do that Icky shuffle because look here. I can't. Healthcare is too damn expensive. I can't help him out
Oh man, yeah, he's
if
a
he
good
hurt
guy.
himself.
He's a good guy. I know he's a fan of the show too. I love it.
Yes, he is, man. But yeah, we had a great week of doing that, and then of course the NFL Week 11. Denny, it's already Week 11. Well, I mean, what is the we every week we tune in, but damn, it just goes from preseason to Week 10 like that.
Yeah, that's what's the good and bad of it, right? It's fast and furious, so you need can't it's on like almost every night, but then it's over before you know it.
It is, man. It is. And I tell you what, we're going to get into some of these matchups here. Of course, now last night, week 11 kicked off with the New England Patriots at home facing the New York Jets. Denny, I mean, I just wasn't really tuned into this game. Patriots win 27-14, but they improved to 9-2, first place in the AFC East. The Jets dropped, I mean, you can't get any worse than what they are. They're 2-8. Actually, you can 2-8 in their last place in the AFC East. But Diddy, look, it seems like they gave Aaron Glenn a clean bill of health as far as like, okay, look, trade away some pieces and build for the future. But in the meantime, man, that was some horrible, ugly football. I did look at the halftime stats. I think Justin Fields was like 2 for 5 for 23 yards. I'm like, God, I can't watch this.
Yeah, I mean, when I tuned in, it was 7-0 Jets. I couldn't believe it. I thought it was a mistake. I thought we were watching a video game or something, but and I thought they were going to make a good run for it or make it competitive, but of course, it only took a minute for Drake May to get started. You know what's funny is I heard earlier this morning, like the early preseason odds on Drake May. If you had Drake May to win the MVP and Matthew Stafford, which we'll talk about in a second, they
Mhm.
were 5,000 and 6,000 to 1 on MVP. And they're in the top three or top five right now for MVP running. So, whoo,
Drake May, man,
anything can
look,
happen.
anything can happen. But I tell you what, I really felt bad for who was the coach they brought in after Belichick. I,
Oh, you
I
put me on the
forget his
spot. I
I
can't
forget his
remember.
name, but he was a homegrown New England
Oh,
Patriot
yeah, the
player,
assistant. Yeah, yep.
and then it just didn't work out. God, I can't believe I'm forgetting his name, but anyway, it didn't work out. I mean, they showed the records compared to I think it was Mayo, right? Gerard
Oh,
Mayo.
yeah, that's right. Gerard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gerard Mayo. So they showed his record compared to he only did like a season and a half, I think, perhaps.
Hmm.
Then they showed Vrabel's record. Look, I always said then that Mike Vrabel should have had that job in the first place. You know, he built a strong contender in Tennessee. Tennessee fired him for whatever reason, I don't know. And then and it could have saved the Patriots a lot of time. So Gerard Mayo gets credit for bringing in Drake May, and I tell you what, Drake May is man, that guy's pretty good.
Yeah, he's turning a lot of heads, and I was always a fan when he was in college, and then coming out. I mean, that I think Rabel got a you know got a gold mine here. And
Yeah,
I'm not joking, but attitude is a reflection of leadership. That leadership team that he's put together changes things, right? It's always that's why when we always think, why are the coaches getting fired? Why shouldn't the players be accountable for what they're doing on the field? But it's all you always cut off the head coach, right? Because
yeah.
it's their leadership that determines the way the team's going to go. I mean, the good ones have the best coaches, and yeah, the players there too. But you got to get the best out of your players, and Drake May is doing it with his leadership team, and the other players, Trayvon, Henderson.
Henderson. Yeah.
Oh my God!
Oh, he went
I mean,
off
what a
last week.
game!
Finally, though, because remember they stuck with the other guy, with the other running back.
Oh,
Who was
Stevenson, yeah,
Stevenson.
yeah.
They stuck with Stevenson for as long as they could, even though he had fumbleitis, and everyone knew that Travion Henderson was like, okay, when are they going to get this guy going? And dude, look, if you got him on your fantasy football team now, boy,
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
you did good. What's the 19 carries, 63 yards, two touchdowns. Last week he had a good week also in week 10. I mean, this guy's the real deal. But Denny, I'm looking at the NFL standings right now, and man, look, you would have asked me, at the beginning of the season that the Patriots was going to be in first place by a full game over Buffalo. I would have said, oh hell no.
No, nobody had that in their on their line or on their predictions and outside of New England. So I mean that's why they played the game. That's why we keep must watch TV. I mean, that
Mhm.
really wasn't a good matchup last night, but it did showcase that these guys are on an 8 game win streak. You got Drake May on prime time, Henderson on prime time. We really got to see what they got what they have to offer. And coming down the stretch, anything can happen, but that's what makes them must watch TV now.
Well, Denny, I mean, look at this. I think they play Buffalo in week 15, and they've already beaten them, right? So, I mean, imagine they could win this division and could be damn near sitting at home throughout the playoffs in the AFC. I mean, no one would have saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean, we used to always be the roads went through New England with Brady was around and Belichick,
Right.
but now I mean, with this new cast of characters, or back to what we used to say all the time, it's going to be a cold playoff game wherever you
Oh,
go.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, Buffalo has a tough matchup this week with Tampa. So, God, man, every game Buffalo wins now is a must-win game because New England's schedule is pretty damn easy. I don't know if you've seen it
Hmm.
or not, but anyway, that's just some of the big news going on. Of course, Brian Dable fired early in the week from the Giants. We all kind of saw that one coming, but Denny, I want to talk about those Dallas Cowboys, man, because you guys have a big game coming up here Monday
Well,
night, and I think we were supposed to be in Vegas for this one, but we're not going to be there. But look, I just like the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was at SoFi last week with that Chargers Steelers game, and there was like 30,000 Pittsburgh Steelers fans. I expect to see pretty much the same in Las Vegas Monday night with over 20, 30,000 Dallas Cowboy fans.
oh, if not more. Like you asked if I was going to go to the game because it's the first time the Cowboys are playing in Vegas for a regular season matchup, and so for all my friends, all Cowboy Nation coming from Dallas, this is their first regular season game in Vegas. Cowboy Nation is going to take over Vegas and think they're going to run that town. If they're not, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're already there right now. So they're going to flood that stadium. And before the season started, I think we talked about this was the most expensive ticket
Yeah,
of the regular season was this game. So all those people that bought early on are still going. And now I think its prices have come down because we had a lot of expectations this game was going to mean a
right.
lot with Pete Carroll now in charge, and then the Cowboys with their run with a good run at the Super Bowl. But obviously the records don't really speak for the demand. I think it'll still be a big blue showing in the crowd. Still be a lot of people there, a lot of excitement because of all the headlines that are going on with the Cowboys since a couple weeks ago, and all the trades and the passing of Marshawn Nealand. It's a lot of emotions going to be running high out there. So it's always must watch as why it's on Monday Night Football, of course. So it's but bound to business. I mean, the Cowboys really need to turn this thing around and making those moves with the Jets, with Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson over from Cincinnati. I mean, as Cowboy Nation, are we happy with that? Do we want more? We always want more, but I guess we'll wait and see if this really makes an impact come Monday. If this was enough to get some trust back that we're making moves, because at the end of the day, if we don't make the playoffs, what was this for? What were we doing this for?
Yeah, I think Dustin Pfeiffer had kind of mentioned that on the show the week those trades went down. But I got to say this now. Look, I don't know. I mean, you got the NFC North, you got the NFC West. It's just really going to be tough to get two teams, in my opinion, out of the NFC East into the playoffs. I know Dallas is 3 games behind Philly now. Lot of football still left, and they have to play each other again. I don't know. I mean, if Philly falters, who knows? And then, of course, you got that ugly tie there, which could come back to hunt the Cowboys as well.
Yeah, I mean we're all hopeful, but let's be real. These moves are for the future,
Mm-hmm.
but Dak's not getting any younger. Just let's just hope that nobody gets hurt and any long-term injuries in the next few weeks or the rest of the year, that we can be healthy going into next year. It's sad that week 11, with 7 weeks left, Gene, that we are
Right.
already talking about next year. But I mean, let's be real. That defense needs a lot more help than these two guys. Now, this might be a nice throw us a bone, but we need more than this.
Anything could happen. I mean, who saw the Washington Commanders going having a 5-game losing skid there? Definitely didn't see that one coming. So just the fact that the Cowboys are in second place is pretty damn good, and you just don't know what could happen over the next few weeks. I did take the advice of AJ Brown and removed his ass out of my fantasy football lineup because that's what he told me to do. Right? If Philly lose 2 more games and Dallas win, you just never know. So I don't think it's over just yet.
Yeah, you're right. That's why it's must-watch TV on Monday night.
See. So that's the Monday night game. Now, there's 2 other great games that are coming on, man, Sunday. And I tell you what, we just talked about the NFC West. Man, are the Minnesota Vikings kicking themselves for letting Sam Darnold go?
You know what? The Niners should also be kicking themselves the year before for letting Sam Darnold go. So I mean, after a couple of teams doing that, putting their money on the future, Brock Purdy back in San Francisco, and then JJ McCarthy over here. I mean, Sam Darnold has just been your ideal, consistent quarterback. I mean, even Seattle does have Monroe from Alabama in the back on the bench too, waiting for his chance.
Hello.
So Sam Darnold, I just feel so. I mean, former USC Trojan, they're getting a bad rap every time he goes. He's got to perform extraordinary to keep his job, and when he does, he still has to look in his rearview mirror. So
he does, but he's not. I tell you what, man. If you've watched the Seattle Seahawks play this year, this guy is laser focused. I guarantee you, he doesn't keep that ball in his hand more than 2 seconds. It's probably under 2 seconds, man. It's probably 1.87 something other. I mean, he is getting rid of that damn ball.
Yeah, and Jackson Smith-Njigba, I mean, he's on pace to do 1,900 yards. He's not doing that by himself. He's doing that thanks to that super quarterback, or Sam Darnold, gunslinger over there. I mean, he's already got over 1,000 yards. He's averaging over 115 yards a game. I mean, there's only a couple of receivers we know, talking about Megatron being in that conversation. That takes a quarterback like the way that Sam Darnold is performing. So yeah, all respect. He needs his dues for what he's doing, and he needs a long-term contract. He needs to stop looking behind him.
He does. I tell you what, I was fortunate to be in Dallas 2018 when he was drafted. Spoke with him and Saquon Barkley that same year. They both came into the league together. But man, I am so proud. I am a Sam Darnold fan. But this Sunday, man, you talking about must see here. This is 7-2 versus 7-2. Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. This game is going to be at SoFi, which is more of a Rams house than it is a Chargers house. But I tell you what, man, on the other side, Matthew Stafford, right? He leads the NFL with 25 touchdown passes and only 2 interceptions. Not bad for a guy that didn't practice or play in the preseason.
Well, we're talking about Sam Darnold, but you also got to mention Matthew Stafford on MVP conversations because he's leading a team with most touchdowns, 7-2. He's got Puka was hurt for a little bit, but probably next to the Cowboys. I mean, you can put them side by side and compare the stats to have Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua as a duo. I mean, talking about having targets, big targets. I think some thought Devontae was on his way down, going from the Jets from the Raiders ever since he left Green Bay. But coming to the Rams was probably the best thing that's ever happened to him, right? I wouldn't even say reborn because he's always been a big target.
Right.
He's got 9 of those touchdowns from Stafford. He's on pace to have another, I say, Devontae-like year that he used to have in Green Bay. I mean, it's amazing. You have Puka as your number 1 and Devontae Adams as your number 2. I mean, these guys are set up. And then you got Kieran Williams that's coming into his own. I mean, the Rams are set. The Rams are ready to make some noise. And if you thought Stafford was on his way down or a retirement party, no. I mean, he's still frying. He's winning one for us old guys out there again.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because it was just one of the things that I could not get past, the fact that he wasn't practicing and he didn't play in the preseason, and they talked about a bad back. And I'm like, okay, this ain't good for an older quarterback.
No.
And look at this now. It's like, okay, he played possum the whole damn preseason. And I mean, look at this guy. But look, I want to go back to Seattle right quick. So you talked about Jackson in Jigba, but how about the fact they picked up Rashid Shaheed from the New Orleans Saints? I mean, so now Sam Darnold has another weapon to throw the ball to.
Yeah, you can't just have one anymore. The ones that have been, the teams that have been excelling is obviously have the passing game. We all know that. So having multiple targets and having a fast pace like that is key. So yeah, that's these teams that are already in playoff contention and start adding weapons like that. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch. And I forgot to mention these two teams. I maybe the first or second time meeting each other after both scoring over 40 points last week. So that is also another reason. Fantasy, make sure these players are on your lineups because they're looking to be another gunslinger. Some big points.
Last week, the second half of the second slate of games for Week 10 were just blowouts. Seattle putting up 44, Rams putting up 42.
Yeah,
Rams were on the road at that, right? I don't know if Seattle was or not, but look, how about quietly, Devontae Adams leads the NFL with 9 touchdown receptions, right? Including 6 in the past 3 games.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, he's a great target. He's having a monster year. I mean, Daniel Jones probably wouldn't come back at Player of the Year, but Devontae Adams can't be that far behind.
Denny, another game, and look, it's going to be tough. Now, I have this set up here in my man cave. I have 3 TVs. All right, so I have a 65, and it's flanked by 2 40s. So the reason why I'm saying this, because while watching the Seattle and the Rams game, I'm also going to be watching Kansas City and Denver. Okay, so if you got the red zone, you'll stay up to date. But man, I actually got to see. This is another monumental matchup here. Kansas City 5-4. Don't let that record fool you. At the Denver Broncos 8-2. And Denny, this is a must-win for Kansas City because look, man, if they lose, Denver already has
the tiebreakers,
2 games ahead of them. And remember, the Chargers is in between Denver and KC. I don't know if 3 teams are going to make it from the AFC West in the playoffs. Kansas City could be on the outside looking in.
Well, yeah, exact. Everything you said, Gene. Must watch, must win. Right now, KC is on the outside. To even think and fathom that they're not in, if the playoffs started
No.
today, they are not in the playoffs. But because that record is fooling you, right? 5-4,
Yes.
because they start off really slow with that Rasheed Rice having some injuries,
Mm-hmm.
trying to pick up the pace. But they're the full steam ahead right now. But this is like this is it, right? This is the crossroads. This is where the good and the bad, or this is where we get to see who's who, because Denver is coming in on a 7-game win streak as well, 10 in a row at home.
Oh my
So
God.
if we keep saying, well, Denver hasn't played anybody, well, guess what? They're about to play KC at home, putting that 10-game win streak at home on the line.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to show up. And I mean, I throw the records out. This is going to be a dogfight, and KC is hungry, and we best believe they know they're on the outside. But to them, you ask them, they probably think they're in the playoffs already. So the mentality's there against for the leadership. Andy Reid's going to have them ready. Mahomes has got all his weapons back. I mean, this is scary.
This is a scary. Yeah,
And
it is.
and Bo Nix, I mean, I did look up and see how did Bo Nix do against KC before. Last year, he had 6 touchdowns, no interceptions against KC with a huge passer rating. Don't remember specifically what was going on with KC, but Bo Nix probably is coming in with a lot of confidence, got this win streak behind him. So it's going to be a clash. And yeah, it's got to be on both TVs.
It's got to
sure,
be. There's no way you could just. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm going to be doing this all Sunday afternoon, right?
Yeah.
Look, man, and what should scare Bronco fans is the fact that Andy Reid is 22-4 all time coming off a bye week. That's the thing. You give this guy time to. He's already dissected Denver in and out. And out. And that's what's going to make it scary. Now, look, this is a big game too, because they're going to play again on Christmas Day, which is going to be spectacular, right? So, but it's all about this game. These 2 games that they're going to play, the Broncos and Chiefs, could determine the Chiefs season, in my opinion, because I think the Chiefs, they have to play the Chargers again too, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, to all the gamblers out there, I know you're out there and you're listening, but KC's slight favorite, and if you look on this, just on what we've just been talking about, the records don't matter because
right.
Denver's on this win streak, but KC's rolling. I mean, they love the numbers. We love the numbers. All these numbers that we're giving them about how Andy Reid's against Denver's win streak at home. This is a field day for gamblers out there. I mean, they're probably going to be snapping up that KC pick all day long.
Yeah, hey man, in Vegas, what happens in Vegas supposed to stay in Vegas. Then before we end the show, man, so we talked about the 2. These are the 2 must-see games, in my opinion. I think, I mean, there could be some honorable mentions out there. I guess. Look, Detroit at Philly. That's another good one. It was kind of tough to pick between the 2. I mean, if we had to sneak a third one in there, the Lions at Philly, and I know that's a game. That's where you need that third TV, right? Because well, not necessarily. This is Sunday night football, so you after you get a dose of KC in Denver and Seattle and LA, you get Detroit and Philly. That should be a good one.
Yeah, that's another one that's got some bragging rights, but also some tiebreakers involved when it comes to the playoffs. I mean, these are both playoff teams from last year, and you want to win these games during the season to kind of get that advantage going into the playoffs. But both high-powered off. Well, I say high-powered because we know Detroit's a high-powered offense. They got all the weapons over there. They did it amazing last week, but then Philly, even though AJ Brown told you to sit them. I mean, Devontae Smith is still, Barkley. I mean, they're defending champs. Why are we talking like they're done?
Him.
These are the defending champs. As a Cowboy fan, that's hard for me to even say, but these are the defending champs, and we're talking about how they're in a slump or like they're in a down year. They got everything. They're just still running with the same team.
They just picked up some more defensive power. Look, you said AJ Brown if you want to. It would be the biggest regret you've probably ever had.
Yeah, exactly.
We've seen this story before. But Denny, here's the scary thing. The Detroit Lions, this is a must-win game because they are tied with the Chicago Bears in the NFC North.
Yeah. See, a lot of games left. I think if I was a Lions fan or Packer fan, you would say, well, who's Chicago play, but we'll make sure we take care of them when they play each other because I mean, as much as I love Caleb Williams and I'm glad that he's doing something and making some big things over there. Come on. I mean, it's nice, but when it comes down to it toward the end of the season, I don't see Chicago in it. I still see the powerhouses, Green Bay being there, the Lions being there. Maybe not so much on the. I mean, if I had to choose, it'd be those two over Green Bay or Chicago. But that's why.
That tie is really hurting Green Bay because had they won that game, they would be in first place in the NFC North. So I mean that shows you that you don't want to tie. If you have a chance to win a damn game in the NFL, and that's probably the NFL's fault because we shouldn't have ties at this stage, at this level of professional sports.
Exactly. Let's swallow your pride and go follow college football for once.
Hello, you cannot let college football outdo you. Because there's never going to be a tie in college football anymore. There's somebody's going to win that damn game, right?
I mean, NFL finally said, "All right, let's go do the 2-point conversion that college had forever." But now let's go let them follow one more time, and let's do the overtime format. I mean, I kind of like the new kickoff, but that's also like, what are we doing? Like, it has to fall within these borders, and if you kick it too far or kick it too short, and like, oh. Come on.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it can really hurt you though in a situation. You starting at the 40-yard line, you don't want that.
That's why the cowboy kicker Brandon Aubrey is one of the best because he can put it wherever he wants it.
Yes, he is, Diddy. Well, hey man, we're gonna wrap this up here. So we covered the must-see games. Got a bonus one in there. Monday Night Football, all afternoon games, by the way. I don't think we talked about any morning games there. It's the Rams and the Seahawks, the Chiefs and the Broncos. We threw in the Lions and the Eagles, and of course the Monday Night Football game, Cowboys and the Raiders. So Denny, we'll come back next week, man, and see how it all went down and get ready for Week 12.
Sounds good. Always a pleasure, Mean Gene.
Always a pleasure, buddy. We'll see you. We're out of here. Make sure. Oh, you know what? Yeah, make sure before we leave that you subscribe. Of course, leave comments and share as much as you can here. And I always like to say, if you think everything Mean Gene said was right, leave a comment. If you think everything Denny said was wrong, leave a comment.
Please do.
Please do. All right. We'll see you back here next week on our Sports Kings. It'll be Week 12 must-see games. Have a great weekend.